The next time that you're at the grocery store or with a group of friends, look around a little bit. What do you see? Chances are, you'll see the nice guy. He might even be staring back at you when you look in the mirror. Every man on the planet falls into one of three groups. These groups are the alpha males, the beta males, and the nice guys. Now, I've made videos in the past about these topics, but this one will go much deeper, so that wherever you're currently at in life, you can transition to become the alpha. A lot of guys believe that you must be born this way, but this is like saying that you must be born to be a good football player. Sure, some guys are naturally more inclined to be an alpha because of how they grew up, just like some guys are naturally better at gaining muscle or playing football. In life, there will always be someone better than you. There will always be a guy who's more alpha, who's better looking, who has more money. But that should never stop you from striving to become the best that you can be and to quit being a nice guy. The truth is, a lot of men fall into the nice guy category, even without realizing it. The main belief that all nice guys have is thinking that if they're just nice enough to everyone, the universe will give them exactly what they want. But as you already know, this isn't how the real world works. In fact, it's quite the opposite. The nicer you are, the more people will take advantage of you. Before we continue, understand that this doesn't mean that you have to be a jerk to attract girls, although this archetype has been proven throughout the ages. In psychology, there is something called compensation, and this is when you go to one extreme to avoid the other. When trying to transition from a nice guy or beta male to an alpha, a lot of guys make the mistake of compensating, and they go from being a pushover nice guy to a total jerk, which in terms of an enjoyable life can be just as bad. The stereotypical nice guy is everywhere. He could be the guy bagging your groceries or the cashier at the local gas station. Nice guys and beta males are extremely common, and a lot of guys carry on this role well into their 40s and 50s without ever realizing what's wrong. Every nice guy is unique, but there are some common traits that they all share. The major defining trait of every nice guy is the need for approval. He is always seeking approval from everyone he comes across in life. At the core, almost everything a nice guy does is used to gain validation from somebody else. Now, another trait of the nice guy is trying to fix everything, even if nobody asks him to. The nice guy identifies as a giver, but unlike an alpha who gives just to give with no strings attached, the nice guy gives to make others appreciate and love him. One of the defining traits of the nice guy is avoiding conflict. Let's look at Bob. Bob is a typical nice guy. He works at the local grocery store. Bob says he loves his job and does everything that he can to avoid rocking the boat or upsetting people. A customer comes in one day and tries to return products that they stole from the store for money. Now, it's painfully obvious what the customer is trying to do, but instead of calling them out on it, Bob just returns the item because he doesn't want to upset anyone. The next day, Bob's manager finds out what happened, and since the company lost thousands of dollars because of it, Bob is fired on the spot. Now, when Bob pulls into his driveway after losing his job, he doesn't understand why he was punished for being so nice and not upsetting the customer. The point here is that the nice guy will do anything to avoid conflict, even at his own expense. Now, another trait of the nice guy is hiding his flaws and mistakes, and he is also notorious for holding in his feelings. One of the defining traits of the nice guy is being more comfortable relating to girls than guys. Bob, the nice guy, is the dude sitting at the restaurant table with 3 girls, talking about how Billy is so bad for the girls. Bob is the guy that girls will talk to when they're trying to find out if Billy is a player. When asked, Bob will say that Billy is a player, and he will also talk about how Billy doesn't know how to treat girls, and if only these girls could find a nice guy like Bob, they would be set. So many guys do little things that they don't even realize makes them look like a nice guy. Imagine Bob is with Jenny, and they're hanging out at the movies. Bob, the nice guy, keeps looking over at Jenny every couple of minutes, and notices that she looks angry or bored. Bob keeps asking her if she's angry or bored every few minutes, not realizing that, from the girl's perspective, he looks incredibly needy, because he's basing his mood and his happiness on whether or not Jenny looks like she's having a good time. Most nice guys will make their girlfriend their emotional anchor, and they can't be happy if the girl isn't happy. The most popular line that you'll always hear a nice guy say is, "What's wrong with being nice?" The truth is that there is nothing wrong with being nice to people, but the main problem is with beliefs. Unlike the nice guy, the alpha male isn't nice to others because he's seeking validation. It is easy to get angry at the alpha who speaks his mind, even if it insults someone. But let me ask you this, who would you rather have as a friend? The alpha who can come off as rude but honest, or the nice guy who is naturally dishonest because he always avoids conflict. The reality is that since the nice guy doesn't want to rock the boat or upset anyone, he ends up being dishonest, secretive, manipulative, controlling, and passive aggressive. So now that we know all of the traits of the nice guy, it is time to finally put an end to this belief system. And in its place, you'll hold the core beliefs of the alpha. So who is the alpha and what makes him a dominant leader? The defining traits of the alpha are a strong sense of self. Through experience, the alpha has discovered who he really is, and he has no problem accepting his flaws. The second trait of the alpha is integrity, and integrity is simply doing what is right, even if it's not what's expected by society or loved ones. The third defining trait of the alpha is making sure that his needs are met above anyone else. Rather than give all the time, the alpha always makes sure that his needs are met, and then he caters to the needs of others. A basic example of this is taking time for yourself to improve your career or some other aspect of your life. The fourth trait of the alpha is being a leader and providing for people that he cares about. The fifth, and arguably the most important trait of the alpha male, is expressing his feelings in a clear, direct way. The alpha is also nurturing and giving, but he doesn't do these things to be validated in the eyes of others. Something else that sets the alpha apart from the beta males and the nice guys is boundaries, and he is never afraid to handle conflict. To finally leave the nice guy behind and transition to the alpha male, you must completely change your belief system. You must change not only the way you view yourself, but also the way that you view the world. In my other video about nice guys, a lot of people said thanks for identifying the problem, but not telling us exactly how to fix it. Transitioning from the nice guy to the alpha male, in most cases, is really just about embracing your role as a man. Most of the behaviors and beliefs attached to the nice guy can be fixed by embracing what it is to truly be a man. Let me tell you a simple and incredibly powerful tip that you can use to start becoming an alpha immediately. The next time that you're talking to someone, or doing anything for that matter, think really hard about why you were doing it. For example, at work or in school, maybe you're too nice to everyone because you want to fit in. Do you always cover everyone else's shifts, even when they've never helped cover one of yours? Your goal is basically to eliminate all of the traits that make you a nice guy. For example, most nice guys keep their emotions bottled up because they're afraid of conflict. To eliminate this trait, don't bottle them up. And if something is bothering you, don't be afraid to say so. When eliminating the traits of the nice guy, it is all about balance, and you should never go from one extreme to the other. For example, the opposite extreme of keeping your emotions bottled up is acting like an angry gorilla. The alpha male doesn't go to either extreme, so he's right in the middle, balanced. If he has some anger, he allows it to come out, but it's all about balance. Here's another great example. The nice guy depends on others for his happiness, and if they're not happy, he's not happy. The next time you're around your girlfriend or friends and they don't seem to be happy, allow yourself to be in a good mood, even if they're not. What you'll find is that by doing this, their moods will likely change from bad to good, just because you stopped basing your happiness or mood on how they're feeling. One of the major defining traits of the nice guy is avoiding conflict. Now, the alpha doesn't go looking for trouble, but he is never afraid of conflict, and you shouldn't be either. Don't be afraid to tell someone the truth or stand up for what you believe in. If you think you're not being treated fairly at work, be the alpha and speak up about it. If you're working 10 times harder than everyone else, but you're still getting paid the same amount, don't drop yourself down to their level and do less work. Instead, know what you're worth and stand up for what you deserve. If your manager or whoever is above you doesn't understand or has the same mindset as the employees who don't want to work, then maybe it's time for a new occupation. Sure, conflict doesn't feel very good, but as long as it's for the right cause, your self-confidence will grow, and the beta males will respect you for it every time you rock the boat when it needs to be rocked. Another simple example. Nice guys give to be validated and accepted by others. The alpha, on the other hand, gives with no strings attached, and he never expects validation in return. Here's an easy example. The alpha male pays for a vacation to a tropical island with his girlfriend because he makes plenty of money and just wants to relax and have some fun with her. The nice guy takes his girlfriend on the same vacation, but the difference, as usual, is his perspective. You see, the alpha pays for the vacation because it's easy for him and he wants to have fun. But the nice guy pays for the vacation because he is expecting validation from his girlfriend, her friends, or even family members. The difference is in the motive behind the vacation. At the end of the day, nobody is perfect, and life isn't perfect, but this shouldn't stop you from trying to reach your full potential as a man. You see, the nice guy believes that by just being nice to everyone, he can have a perfect, smooth, conflict-free life. But there is no such thing. Life will never be smooth. It will never stop testing you and pushing you to become a better man. You need the lows in life to truly enjoy the highs. If you're currently a nice guy and want to become the alpha, take pride in knowing where you've been, because it will make each step of your journey that much more satisfying. And with that said, as always, you guys are awesome. And until next time, thanks for watching.